A few moments later.
Welcome back to yet another self-improvement video, or actually the opposite.
What do you mean by that?
But I'll explain in a minute. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel before we get going, and make sure you also turn on the post notifications bell. Today we're going to be discussing 3 huge self-improvement mistakes that I see a lot of people making. And people always, they engage in these habits that the gurus tell them to engage in, and they end up being disappointed because, why is my life not improving? I'm going to be telling you exactly why, about the 3 mistakes you're making. Stay tuned. And first of all, I noticed that many people become too comfortable. Once they have these habits, these 1 or 2 habits under their wing, they tend to become too comfortable, and they end up falling out of their routine and out of their, kind of motivational and discipline-based mindset. There's no real reason for this except latency and except just, falling in a comfort zone. But I feel that people struggle to stick to something once they have it for some reason. Once they learn these habits, they get too comfortable. It's like an everyday routine for them, and they don't improve further. There's no will and there's no drive to improve even further. You know what? It's like getting promoted at a job, right? You reach a certain level where you feel like, okay, this is too much work. I don't want another promotion because it's too much work. I feel comfortable just here. It's the same principle with these habits. Yes, you may have 1 or 2 good habits that you practice, but what are you doing to improve on that? And most people, at the end of the day, they stop at a certain level, they hit a wall. It's similar to training in the gym, right? You can only improve your body up to a certain stage, and then it hits a wall. Self-improvement is the same. Self-improvement should be continuous, and you should be learning to improve yourself on a daily basis. There's no limit to the number of good habits and good practices that you allow into your life. So make sure that you don't get too comfortable with your habits, and make sure you try and learn as many new good habits as you possibly can. That you're also most likely guilty of is thinking that you know it all. You've watched all of the motivational videos you can, you've read all of the motivational books there are, and you think you know it all. Well, trust me, you don't.
What the fuck?
And the quicker you realize you don't know it all, the better for yourself. And as I said in the previous section, self-improvement is like education. It should be continuous. You should be learning new things and new habits and new methods on a daily basis. There's no limit to the amount of habits that you can learn. Obviously, maybe physical limits, I'm not judging, but there should be no limits, because good habits are meant to be built on. They're meant to be continuous. They're meant to be built upon and supported by a growing mindset. So if you don't grow your mindset, you cannot grow your habits, and you cannot add on to those good habits that you already have. So please don't make the mistake of feeling that you know it all. Don't make the mistake of getting too comfortable and thinking that I've learned pretty much all of the self-improvement habits, I can stop there.
Oh no!
There comes a certain point where those habits might not be as effective as they once were, because your life has gotten busier, there's more demanded of you on a daily basis, and it ends up taking a strain on you, and those habits that worked for you in the past might not work for you in the future. So I say this: stay open-minded and be willing to learn as much new good habits and as much new good mindset hacks, knowledge as you possibly can on a daily basis, to make sure that you stay in a continuous rut of improving your mindset and improving your habits as you go along.
A few moments later.
The last and most critical mistake I see people making during their self-improvement journey is listening to cliche advice. And there's a fine line to draw here, because some people actually give good advice. I try and give the best advice possible.
Yeah, baby!
But, the advice ends up getting repetitive. It ends up being the same thing, just said in a different way. And I believe that, it's not necessary to follow this cliche advice. Self-improvement to me is very subjective. It's tailor-made to everyone. So basically what I'm saying is, if someone tells you that a common self-improvement habit is, for example, getting up earlier, getting up specifically at 5 a.m. Now, the 5 a.m. number is not necessarily the golden rule or the golden number. You can awake at 6, 7 a.m. or even 8 a.m. and still have a productive day.
What do you mean by that?
So don't, assign arbitrary values to the self-improvement habits, if I can say it like that. Don't think that, this is how it should be according to the book, so I'm going to follow it according to the book. Tailor make these habits to your routine and your lifestyle. For example, another common self-improvement habit that I can think of is exercising. And not anyone might have the capability to do intense exercise like jogging or going to the gym. Some might be more comfortable with walking or doing yoga or doing some other activity that kind of stimulates their brain and stimulates the blood flow. That is why I say you should always tailor these self-improvement habits to fit your life the best. Yes, they should supplement and they should improve your life, but they shouldn't be effort. And obviously learning any type of habit requires some degree of effort in the beginning, but make sure that you tailor these habits to your lifestyle, because then they'll end up being less effort for you. It won't feel like, now I got to do this, continue this pattern for days and days and weeks on end. I'm bored, I'm suffering. No. If you have a busy lifestyle, make sure you start off with simple habits like getting up a little bit earlier, getting a few minutes exercise a day, but tailor make it to your lifestyle, because at the end of the day, the more the habits fit your lifestyle, the better for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe and please leave any other recommendations down below in the comment section. I'll see you next time.